to tell you a story today about how important it is for the little things that make up life. We brought a mission team in once, and we were working down the road. We were going to side the house of a lady, and we were going to put a front porch and a back porch on the house. It's in really bad situation. So we go down the main road, a 4-lane road, 13 miles. We get off on the main road and we go 7 miles down a side secondary road, and then we get off that road and go down a dirt road several houses until we get to this lady's house. This is going to be important pretty soon. Now remember, to side a house, you have to make sure the house is clean all the way around, and part of that was this lady had a cable TV connection hooked up to her house, but she also had a satellite dish hooked up. And we went inside and we asked her, do you use cable or satellite? And we understood her to say, I use satellite, so the guys on the outside cut her cable. Now, even before the cable hit the ground, now they're there to side the house, put a porch on the front and the back, make her really happy and beautify her house, but the only entertainment this lady had was watching TV. So before the cable hit the ground, she's outside and she said, you guys have cut my TV off. I need my TV. And I said, don't worry. I said, we'll get it reconnected for you. And I'm thinking our cable company in our hometown, 13 miles up the road, I would just call back and I'd have our office secretary call the cable company and she'd get somebody on the way out there by tomorrow, right? Wrong. It doesn't work that way. She started calling the cable company, and you have the 800 number, and then you go to press 5, and then press 4, and then press 1, or whatever it was. She spent several hours on the phone trying to get through to the cable company. So I went in that afternoon. I got to the office a little before she left, and I said, did you get them? And she said, no. She went through this situation. I said, well, tomorrow, since they have an office in town, just go up there. This was Tuesday. The guys are still working. The lady's unhappy. When we get there this morning, she said, are they coming today to hook my cable up? And I said, well, we're working on it today. So anyway, our office lady goes up there. I don't hear anything from her. When we go in that night, I'm asking her, did you go up to the cable company? And she said, yes, I did. I said, did you get an order in? She said, I couldn't do that. Why is that? Because 13 miles down the road, she's on the cable company for the very next county. It's the same company, but you've got to go to their office to get service. And we're scratching our head and saying, my goodness, this is getting complicated. But here these guys are working. It's a whole team working on her house. They've got the house sided by this time. They're building the porches. And you know what? This lady is not going to be happy with all the work that's being done if she doesn't have her cable hooked up. And I promised that we would. So we go through Wednesday, and Wednesday is a day that these guys are running out of material, and they're running me back and forth to Rogersville, where we are headquartered, to the lumber companies to pick up the little odds and ends that are needed to finish the job. So here we get to Thursday. It's going to be finished, the job is, by probably noon. And this lady does not have cable, she doesn't have TV, and she's not happy. Okay, now remember I said you go down 13 miles down a 4-lane, you go 7 miles down a secondary road, you turn off and go down a dirt road to get to her house. Guess who gets lost and ends up in her front yard? You're right, it's the cable guy. And he gets out of the truck and he says, I'm lost. And I said, no, you're not. God sent you here. You're here perfectly on time. And I say, I know you're supposed to have a work order to hook this cable back up, but we really desperately need this. Is there anything that you can do? So I'm not divulging names or anything, but this cable guy says, you know, if there was 70 feet of cable laying right here in the road. We figured out how much we needed. Would you know what to do with it? And I said, yes, we would, but of course you have to have a special tool to put the end zone, and we can't do that. And he says, guess what? I don't have to have a work order to put the end zone. So anyway, we went around the corner, came back, 70 feet of cable was there. The guys are putting in the last nails to finish up the front and the back porch. The house looks beautiful. It doesn't even look like the same place that it did when we went out there on Monday. But now, within just minutes, this lady's TV comes back on. She is ecstatic. And she comes out and she thanks the group and how grateful and thankful she's become because now she has cable. But you know what? That gives us a story, and it gives us a principle too, because God is interested in the little things. He's so interested that He answered our prayers, and He sent the cable guy to get lost right in her front yard. And the house he was looking for, we could see it from the house that we were at. It was just on the next road. But he would never have showed up had God not sent him. And I just thought telling this story might encourage somebody out there, because sometimes we pray for the big things and we don't think God's interested in the little things, when in fact He will go out of His way to send somebody your way to answer your prayer. Thank you for listening today. God bless you and have a great day.
Seasons refresh.